Hi everyone, this is Nishi Chawla again. I'm going to read from the fourth segment of my 125-page poem, The Ganga, a river poem. The title of the fourth segment is Rippling. If I behold in you my doubt-ridden mind, sunlight caresses your wide-eyed shanks in pale green and blue, the sparkle leaping off the grey stem of my washed thoughts. I hear the conspiratorial whisper throb, then thaw, until it all becomes familiar, stunned sadness undressing itself. As the hills exist disconnected, my smile hypnotic, stark white, no pockmarks in a still pond. All rivers have eyes, I said to myself, and this one has the largest, being aware of your writhing, fluttering, phosphorescent, spectral gleam. I soak in them as they ignite in flames, my soul doused in your sleeping, dying, disassembled in the ashes. My being a naked sacrament, anointed in my own being's blood. Caress me again. They treat a sacrificial sip, gently kissing. Unfold the rotting and diseased thought, hooked forever to its imagined offerings. Watch me toss like a sponge ball, sink, then resurge. Anger that rises like a prayer, ambition outnumbering days, nights, a litany of kings and queens gone under, sapling desire of Ashoka to conquer, savor the taste of ashes, his remorse rotting on the breath of trees, wait, be claimed by widowed tears, suck them out, suckling. Under the same tree that Gotham sat, weaving hours, explain us the shattered river of life, splinter the pain of dead eyes, twist the underbrush of sighs. Then stop that burning zeal with more remorse, unexpected. Flash forth your answers, the pain of life subjected to drowning, glass and metal mixed, their ash glued in creative ways, almost submerged, almost raising itself now and then. The cold smell of truths bob up, straining under her weight, their deep roots entangled with fish and fowl, bury them too, nor burn their hard edges against yours. Gandhi, that absorbing philosopher, taking your truths to heart, went deeper and deeper until he touched your silt. This is where he wanted us to live, at the bottom of the river, where the weight of truth, where your waters can never crush us, where being so transparent is but being of kind. Across the makeshift corners, your words drift like an omen struggling to be tucked inside, struggling like a twitching eyelid. In hope, taking audacity by its bootstraps, rolling it under your skin, floating by lowland swamps, floating by lowland swamps, weaving, threading, wide and emergent, in a linear and direct transit, to swim across your spaciousness, to feel the strong current and uncontrollable danger, to feel you, feel the texture of your water, crawl up the crevices of your depths, feel your coolness, unzip your back, then watch what it touches, cracked and snapped. You become a personal totem, hundreds of feet underwater, so many root words submerged, rise up again. to eliminate you. They litter you with stars, radiant, burst forth, your visibility, a gift from underwater, expedient, efficient, ever so, without compensation, without the unsuspecting stills, for even the smell of burnt hair will vanish. Mud and sediment adorned, there is a warm paradise within you, as though a god had flattened your body, sunk it downward like a hammock woven with threads of blue, rubbed your arms with a smooth stone, distilled a new meaning, spiritual like the wilderness growing within your dark bottom, brimming with information contained within your smooth as steel look, silent, inscrutable. You look more and more like a prayer. I could disappear into you, and you would still flow, still carry all the shades of mountains, read the language of your waters, like a handiwork that needs the distance of small objects, stare at gaps, chat with stones and hard rocks, cold breathe your words, to the skies above you, envelop your aging body. Stay in constant dialogue, then pause on cloudy days for a different kind of energy. Manic sometimes, a turbulence snatching up all corners of your raw world with jolts of nerve, blind and brimming, senseless like life. Then sense a finite distance within oneself, free as the impulse to flow, like finding your heart, your inner core, like being born again and again. Remnants of old foundations rest beneath your studied silence. Overgrown bushes and shrubs push with monstrous, unexpected steps. Somewhere near your margins, etched in your natural state, frame by frame, drop by drop, as if meant to be found on the surface or within those crevices that run down like disengaged tears, giving the moon a clear line to rise above. Turn your moods to those horizons that harden, the headwind whining, tearing right beyond you, else plunging to the deepest rocks. Come out on your creased face to escape the heat of fallen thoughts. Find little comfort in dragged branches, your world collapsing in knots. And what could be better in hot as an argument weather to read through your loosening folds, scrimp like a fortune teller, careful with the future, sparingly twisting your fingers deep inside the entrails of your dark depths, then expel a coiled string of carbon. You have eyes, though you prefer to keep them shut tight, much like a prophet. You would burn and scorch yourself, your face hardly a harbinger of the hailstorm in August, the dry as dusty weather, the dry as dusty winter. Lighten up to stand on your banks when it has not rained for months and months. To press my face onto yours is a defeat of intuition, the muck on your large belly, a dose of poetry with a tiny swig of medicine. Sunlight breathes on you as if it has to. Its uncloven hooves make the ball burn hard, hurl along, coiling down, as you stretch your limbs, until you succumb like a bruised peach in the augury of released insects, slipping away between the hard-edged stones. You would glance down, and all around, interpretation gleams like 1,000 little fireflies thriving as they wade on your knees. as they wade on their knees. You would let me imagine the light bearing down along your tracks, would burn forever, then turn translucent in my twilight. For a moment, you would stay, putting your wet hands in your pockets. As it were, what pours out is like confetti offered to the gods. You are colored as in a wonder book. A story comes to life, replayed in our dreams, mostly in blue, turned brown as the drought beaten hide, slithering past deadbeat towns, where the rhythm quickens for artists in the freak show of life, caught in your jaws in human skin. Oh, teacher, teacher, full of mud pockets, what would you say to me if I let go of your talk button, my origin heading east, saddened by the trees, saddened by the trees that linger in shadows on the moonshine? Would I start backward, succumb to your hand without fingers? What else is there in those houses spreading alongside you but memories in cardboard boxes and a train passing over? Would you make me lie down beside the still, warm gravel, hold my breath, and wish for the return of the rail passing over, rolling its eyes and shrugging its shoulders? Make me descend into a cave full of snakes, where the mood does not quicken, where the sun does not possess me in its daily betrayal, in its daily betrayals, nor the whirring of the clock, whose gaze teaches far, stands up, sprouting breasts, compressed down to its tail, disconnected from the navel, flick the tongue in and then out, banished to the cold, wretched skin underneath the sagging branches of those coils. Like ropes that have no neat beginnings, concealed and opened, shedding the skin of snakes, then rolling into their own heads, deep falling into the river's doors, tucked away from being murmured and dismembered, sit above the world. What choice is there, faint fluttering on the water's lap, as the sluggish clouds, impassive and dulled, tumble by, then vanish? Heavy slung pauses. The sun stains the neck with burnished colors. Somewhere, memory stirs, uneasy, scorpion-like, getting back up. In your mind's eye, ripples are like pearl eyelids, measured by the territory of memories within, that stops all sprouting hearts. Work their way under your skin, then wake within you a forest of blooming figures, rooted and ringed, near suspended, float within you like fanned flowers, past their prime, red and pink, blistering, gorgeous, scarlet, clenching their painted views. What happened to centuries of jay flowers, slipping within the translucent sphere? Break free the cycle of karma. Come home as you teach us. It is like moving from one sibling to another, from one familiar space to another, the fleeting effects of life together left behind, a vast imaginary free fall. Shed the garments, those precocious cover-ups, the eternal waters splashed with light, the price of going under, never to breathe again, those thrilling moments slowed down, like stem breaking off from the branch, stumble like loose teeth. You separate and you bring together some unknown parts of ourselves we leave behind like supplicants ready to beg again. For the life of sensations, instants filled with blood, puffs, the continuance of ribs, crossed legs, emblems of desire. Like a second ending of those dreams petulant, a shade or a wick, the sum of our pulse, a not so nice division of our bones, worked free from the box of bones and muscles. With these we polish a self-assigned lesson until you take us in, dark, craggy. We live in you for years and years, unless we explode fast those bodies that tell their sad stories, lit with apprehension, ambiguous, swirling. The soul begins its long journey, a long gaze, a portrait of the sea. It tightens your grip, squeezing, inching forward with laced fingers. In a cycle of suffering and rebirth, we come and we go, stumped by a familiar landmark, staccato sound of your waters, carrying us, drowning us afar. For you are the fertility goddess, our Janani, live matriarch, flowing through us, the crown of wires in the bloodstream, our one and only living will. Your water, thick and pure as cow milk, keeps you floating like the hands of an eternal clock. Scoop you up in cupped palms. Scoop Ganga gel. Taste you, your essence. Featureless, your minerals, clean and bitter, palpable, weighty, silty, residue. Your viscous foam cleanses as innocence serving itself. Eject from the Gomukh glacier, milk pure, hands each in one. Where is your source? If that holy wreath is within you, overflowed moment, more euphoric than death itself. You see that moment, the point beyond you, to a place where you do not exist, teaching truth out with buoyancy. You waters rise. You watch as the headwaters do not damage nor defile a moment that originates, crossing it over the other. Deep within the crafted crown, frozen moments of Gomukh, you emerge, displacing one thigh, hugging the marshy soil at Tapovan, turning. Thank you. This is Dr. Nishi Chawla once again. I just read from the fourth segment of my 125-page long poem, The Ganga. I will go to the next segment soon. Please wait. Thank you.